Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. We're going to do some cruising and some boozing. This time we're going to do it on the river. We're going on a Viking River cruise and we're heading out to start our trip, our journey in Paris, and we're going to end our journey in Milan, Italy. So come along and let's see what we can get into. As I mentioned, we're starting our journey in Paris. We're going to be doing a couple days in advance before the river cruise itself. But nothing is complete without starting on that airplane ride, your first Woodford cocktail along with some cheese bites that they provided. Once we arrived in Paris, we had the privilege of enjoying some of the thick Paris traffic. We were there, arrived in the afternoon, and traffic was quite heavy and thick. Apparently this is normal no matter what time of day you arrive in Paris. But we were on a shuttle, so we just sat back, relaxed, and waited for our driver to get us to our hotel safely. Once we arrived at the Pullman Hotel, we decided to take a walk around and see some sights just immediately around the hotel with some lovely cafes. There was some artisan bread shops and things around there. In the morning we got up to a nice wonderful day. We went out to the River Seine to meet our tour guide for the day as we were headed to the Palace of Versailles. After meeting up with our guide, we then looked at the map and jumped on the metro to head to Versailles. We had the privilege of getting on the metro and enjoying a crowded day, as this was a normal travel day for everyone. Once arriving in Versailles, we were then just a short walk away from the palace, where we were told that this was a not very busy day. Apparently there's larger crowds in the summertime, but for us, we had the privilege of enjoying a lighter day for the palace. We headed to the gates, and once we were inside the gates, you turn to the right, and that area is where that we got our tickets for our group. Once inside, we had beautiful views of the palace. They did say that it was light on traffic of people, but to us it was extremely crowded, wall-to-wall people everywhere we went. But the palace was beautiful inside. We enjoyed the palace and enjoyed the sights that we were able to see. The tour guide had these boxes, so we were able to hear the tour guide throughout the tour. We also enjoyed the exterior grounds as well. After we were done, we headed back to the metro, get back on the metro and head back to Paris. It wasn't that long of a ride. It was about a 30-minute ride or so. Once we were back in the tunnels, we were greeted with the metro train and got on board to head back to Paris. Once we got back into Paris, we decided to take a stop at the Eiffel Tower because it was right near the train station. So we got off, and a surprise to us is the line was not very long, so we decided to go ahead and jump in the line, grab a ticket, and head on up to the top of the Eiffel Tower for the day. And once we were able to get in the elevators, head up the tower, the views at the top of the tower are absolutely breathtaking, spectacular. We were treated to a beautiful day, clear, able to see down the River Seine as far as we could, as well as the entire city. But no day would have been complete at the Eiffel Tower without enjoying a glass, of course, of champagne at the top of the Eiffel Tower. A lovely glass of Moet Chandon at $28 a glass. There you have it. Enjoying our champagne toast at the top of the Eiffel Tower. The views, again, absolutely spectacular. 360 degrees if you walk around the tower, and you get to see the entire city from each side as much as you possibly can imagine. We then headed down to dinner, and of course no dinner would be complete in France without an Aperol Spritz to start your dinner with. We ate at a little cafe around the corner from our hotel, had great food, There's a copy of the menu, interior a little bit. Then we headed back to the hotel, and of course we had to enjoy a nightcap at the bar at the hotel. The next morning, we once again took the metro station to meet our next tour guide. This was a walking food tour, which we thoroughly enjoyed. Our guide took us through the streets with some shops here to start, and then we walked up the hill to a cathedral area where we were able to get some pictures in front of the cathedral as well. There's plenty of cathedrals around to get pictures with. But then we started our tour off at a chocolatier and fresh macaroons to enjoy. We had the opportunity to try 2 apiece along with some chocolates. And then away we went down the street to our next stop. As we traveled down the streets, the guide took us to various locations. We had some good sights to see. Our first stop was that of a pastry shop where we were able to pick up some fresh baguettes and fresh croissants to sample. After we left there, we were able to stop around the corner, eat our croissants, and move on to the cheese shop. At the cheese shop, we were able to get 4 or 5 different cheeses that he had selected for us in advance. And then away we went after passing by the fruit stand to the meat shop, butchery as they call it. And oh my goodness, the amount of different meat products they had there were phenomenal. We picked up some dried meats there to take with us back past the windmills, and then had the privilege of enjoying a crepe at this small little crepier location along the walk. We sat in the square and got to enjoy that and some of the views as well. Then we continued on down the street past an open fish market area, and then once we passed that, we arrived at our location for our meal. Here's our group that we had for the trip. We had some white wine, some red wine, all to enjoy with the different products that we picked up along the way throughout the trip. Once back at the hotel, we headed up to the rooftop bar with some spectacular views of the Eiffel Tower at night. These different views were just breathtaking. It was beautiful sunset. Of course, would not have been complete without that nighttime cocktail. The next morning, we're on a new tour. This time, we're on a bus ride around the city, and we got to go to the Arch, many other sites to see, the cathedral, and of course, no trip would be complete without seeing this cathedral in Paris. So we got to enjoy that for the day. And of course, the Louis Vuitton building, no trip to Paris would have been complete without seeing this, I guess you would call it gaudy building. We did get off and get some wonderful eclairs. After freshening up, we were headed to the River Seine for our river cruise on a riverboat down the Seine. We had dinner river cruise. We had some wine, wonderful dinner, some spectacular times. The food, of course, was absolutely delicious. The desserts were spectacular. And then we had some more additional views of cathedrals and sites along the Seine. To conclude, we had some beautiful views in the evening of the Eiffel Tower once again, and then heading back to the hotel, we had a nightcap at the hotel before completing the day. This concludes the Paris pre-trip to our river cruise. See you in the next video.
Cruising for a boozing, we're shaking up fun. From the tiki bar to the pool deck, we're second to none.